What's up, guys? So glad to be back here. I'm back from my trip. I had a blast. I didn't want to leave. I actually cried when we were leaving. My husband and I went to Indiana for about 2.5 weeks to visit some family and um, explore different parts of Indiana. We went to Elnora, we went to Vincennes, Linton, Little Nashville, Scotland, Hobstadt. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that one. Lagodi. So many places. So I thought that for this video, I will do a Indiana haul, and I will show you all the things that I got while in Indiana. This video is just gonna be all the stuff that I got. My husband, he also got a lot of things. So he'll probably share that on his own video if he chooses to. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I got in Indiana, it wasn't something that I bought or my husband bought. It was actually a gift from my mother-in-law. Tell me this is not the cutest bag you've ever seen. I just love this bag so much. Put that there. Well, the other thing that I got, which is also from my mother-in-law, with this really cute keychain of a little girl wearing green and purple. Purple happens to be my favorite color. And yes, that is my full name, Angelina. It's very hard to find on keychains, so I was actually very surprised that she was able to find it. The other thing that I got from my mother-in-law is this really cute owl chopsticks. Now, technically, they're called trainer chopsticks, but the real name for them is they call them cheater chopsticks. The reason for that is these are technically supposed to train you on how to hold chopsticks, but because they have any the characters or anything like this that holds the chopsticks in place for you, you're not really learning how to use chopsticks, from what they say. But I've tried to use actual regular chopsticks and failed miserably several times. Sure. Yeah, I go with these. I have a nice little collection of these. I might do a little mini video showing off my collection of my chopsticks. We'll see. Gonna put my little keychain in a safety spot because I don't want to lose that. Another thing that I got, it wasn't exactly in Indiana. It was on the way to Indiana. We had to stop for gas as we were passing through Tennessee. So since I figured we actually stopped there and we were, in Tennessee, I got me a really cute keychain that says Tennessee, and it's got the picture of the famous hills and mountains that they're known for. The other thing that I got, in Indiana, when we were leaving Indiana, again, when we stopped at the truck stop still in Indiana, I actually got two things in two different gas stations within Indiana. So this first one is an Indiana keychain with the state bird. It's the cardinal bird. That was really cute, and it matches my Tennessee keychain. And then the other one that I got that was so adorable There's this keychain, and on his tummy, it says, "I love Georgia," with a big old heart on his belly. And as you can see, his legs move, his arms move. I thought that was really cute. Little bear. For those of you who don't know, because I don't think I've ever said it really in my channel, reason why I got keychains from the state center we've been at, is it's a thing I've been doing since I was younger. Wherever I go, I try to get a keychain from that specific place as a memento. So I have a bunch of them. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. If you guys want to see that, you can comment down below, and we'll go from there. Now, the other thing I got is something my husband and I actually got together. And I'm pretty sure they have it anywhere. It was just our first time seeing it while we were there. And that's Uno All Wild. This game is so much fun. We played it with my in-laws. They loved it. They're actually planning on going out and getting their own deck of cards. So basically what this is if you're familiar with the original Uno game, where in the original Uno game you get 7 cards, and you have to match either the same number or the color. And you need to be the first one to get rid of all your cards to win Uno. Well, in Uno All Wild, every single card is a wild card. So you don't have to worry about matching the colors or matching the number. You just put whatever card you want to put down. With these, there's your basic wild card, where if you put it down, nothing happens, next person goes. Then there's your draw twos. If you put that down, the next person who has a turn, they have to pick, draw 2 cards. And then you have your reverse, which is in the normal game. Now, what's different is in this pack, you have a card that's called Targeted Draw 2. And what that is if you put that card down, you choose which player you want to draw the 2. So that makes it a lot more fun. Another card that's on here is a double skip card. So if you have, for example, you're playing up to 4 players, and you put the double skip, you just skipped over 2 players at the same time, which is really cool. And then another card that they have, which I really love this card, is a card swap card. And when you put that, and it's kind of hard to see it, but it's that card right there. When you put that card down, that means you choose any of the players, any one of them that you want to swap your cards with. And what makes it fun is if you have 6 cards, because you get stuck with draw 2s or draw 4s, and then you have that card swap card and you put it down, and you can see your player across from you has 1 card and they're about to go out, you can choose them to swap cards with, and you give them your cards and you take their card and you have their Uno. So that's Uno All Wild. I highly recommend this game. It is so much fun. I do recommend, if you do get this game, to play with at least 4 players. So that make it really fun, because if you just do 2 players and you get the double skip, it doesn't really make sense because there's only 2 people. You just double skipped both of you, so. But it's more interesting when you have like 4 players or more. But yeah, so that's Uno All Wild. The next thing that we both got, and we've seen this where we live, and we had planned on getting it where we live, but the problem was the ones down here that we would find were always missing things. And while we were in Indiana, we found this up there, and it was in mint condition. Everything was still in it, so we decided to go ahead and grab it. And that's the 50th anniversary Uno deck. I'll go ahead and open it. It's a magnet. And you open it up. You've got the card, which is basically like your, your manual. Now down here where we live, every time we would try to get one, the coin in the middle was always stolen. It was always missing. But then, oops. Sorry, guys. Ah, crud. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to balance you out. Alright. Sorry. But the Uno 50th anniversary deck, they look like this. Where it's black all background. I'll show you the other one. And then you got, green. It looks super cool. And then the back's, 50 Uno. So that's really cool. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm going to leave the coin in there. It's pretty tight in there. But it says 50th and it's a gold coin. It's a pretty thick coin. I'm not sure what the inside says. It's got some writing on the top there. But it's in a different language. Oh. Gotta put this back in. But yeah. That's the 50th anniversary Uno. Okay. Oh, then, actually, gotta take a quick drink, and while I do this, I guess I can show you this. So these came out several months ago, and I searched high and low where I live for these, could not find them, and then I just basically gave up. I figured, it's not real, it must have been like a fake post. Well, while my husband and I were in Indiana, we went to a gas station, put gas, called Casey's, and, well, was it? No, not to put gas, we just went in there to get something to eat really quick, as we kept progressing on our day, and sure enough, I found these, and I was like, holy cow, these actually exist, and they taste so good. And that's the Hostess iced lattes. This one's the Ding Dong flavor. It is so good. I have a funny story about these. I had planned on the day before that we were leaving back home that we would go back to Casey's so I can bring more of these home because they literally don't exist here. And so the day before, we go to Casey's and my husband's like, I love you. I'm like, why? He walks me over to the cooler where they usually are. The whole shelf was empty. I mean, completely empty. I was so sad. I was like, I really wanted to bring them home. I guess I'm not going to be able to. But at least I know Indiana has them. On our way home, like, no less than 5 minutes later, his mom calls and asks if we can pass by the store for her to pick up some icing because she was baking a cake for us and needed icing. So we're like, yeah, sure, why not? We're right up the street. So we stop at the store. Something told me to go ahead and go inside with my husband, even though he was just getting icing. And as soon as we walk in, my mouth dropped down to the floor. Right in the front, on a shelf, were these. And all the other flavors that came out of this brand. So you know what I did? I bought one of every flavor, except for these. I ended up buying 2 of these because I already knew I liked these. The other flavors is Twinkie, there's Snowball, there's Honey Bun, and then the Ding Dong, which is this one. And I feel like I'm missing a flavor. I don't remember. If I do, if I am, I'm sorry. But I thought I'd go ahead and show you. These are so good. just gonna take a quick sip because I'm thirsty. Oh, these are good. I actually like these better than the Starbucks ones. I don't know, it's just my opinion. Sorry. So, without further ado, while we were in Indiana, for the if you're familiar with a comedian back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, his name is Red Skelton. If you don't know who he is, definitely look him up on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. He was a clean comedian. You know, all his work was very clean, no profanity, no nothing like that. He was born and raised in Vincennes, Indiana. And what was really cool is while we were there in Indiana, we got to pass by his boyhood home. And they still have actually like a big old sign in front of the house that mentions that it's his boy home. The new owners there, the last names they're the Cardinals. And there was a time where Red, as an adult, came back to his boy home and had tried to buy his home from the Cardinals since he grew up there, and they refused his offer. They did not want to sell it, and till this day they still live there. However, Red Skelton ended up passing away in 1993, I think it was. I was a baby when he passed away. I only knew about him because my husband introduced his videos to me when we first started dating, and I'm just obsessed. Anyway, right across, well, not across the street, but pretty close to his boyhood home, they built a museum for him. It's called the Red Skelton Museum in memory of Red Skelton himself. While we were there, we were told that his widow still comes to visit. I think it's once a year or every so often. So we went in there. As far as I remember, the tickets per person was like $5 per person. Not too expensive, but it's definitely worth it. As soon as you get in there, they sit you down in the little theater room, and you watch a 10 to 15 minute video of Red Skelton in his past, and you know what he did on his shows. And then after that, you can walk around the exhibits. And it was just a lot of fun. I loved every bit of it. My husband and I, we took lots of pictures and videos of it. And I just loved it. And while we were talking with the guy that works in the front, we did get a couple things. I can pull these out. So, oh, I gotta find it. Let's there we go. Put that back there. So while we were talking to the guy, I had picked out this bookmark. Because this was one of Red Skelton's most popular characters, Freddy the Freeloader. That's Red Skelton there in costume. And they sell these. They had like a cup in the front where they sell them. So I was trying to ask how much they were, and the guy gave it to me for free, and he had me pick out 3 more for free. So I picked out Freddy the Freeloader. I picked out Clem Diddlehopper. Sheriff Deadeye. And Red Skelton himself. So that's what he looks like, guys. So I got all four for free. Tell you, I'm loving Indiana. Everybody there is just so nice. It's all like one giant big family. So another thing that I got, and my husband got one too as well, because this was also one of his favorite characters from Red Skeleton. And since I like to collect pins as well, I grabbed the Freddy the Freeloader pin. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of in the plastic. There we go. Just like that there. One of these days I'll have to do a video with all my pins. Most of my pins that I have collected are Disney pins and Universal Studio pins. But, I'm probably gonna just collect more of a variety of pins. Just, I don't know. I just like the pins. I like the artwork on pins. I like the Lapel pins, which are these kind of pins. Also, like the Disney pins or Lapel pins. When they have those kind of a backing. So, yeah.